planets are inhabited by dangerous and natural wildlife, which we deal with humanely.
Hey everyone, Thordan Smash and Ragnar here, and today we're going to be talking about something that has been in development for Apex Legends for a very long time, along with some new stuff that's also being planned to come to the game, and everything you guys need to know about it. You okay? I think he's tired, so we're going to give out 45 bucks. All you gotta do is like, comment, subscribe, but without further ado, let's talk about Apex so he can take a nap. Okay, so let's jump into the Apex news today. The first thing I want to go over with is some bugs actually going on in the game that you might have experienced and that you might want to be aware of. The first is that the Battle Pass is stuck for certain players. You will reach a certain level and then you will not be able to go up any further. EA is aware of this problem. They are working on a fix. Unfortunately, the only thing that you can seem to do is go to the EA help website and hope that you can actually get a representative that can do something for your account. There is also one new slight issue with the new Bangalore heirloom mythic skin, whatever you want to call it, where even if you get the 100,000 damage needed to get the final tier of the skin, the unique finisher actually doesn't have any of the audio. And I'd just like to say, who already got 100,000 damage with the skin, even though it's only been released for a day, take a shower. But speaking about that Bangalore prestige skin, we do have a lot to talk about with town takeovers, Bangalore, and a new leak we've actually never seen before. And what we're going to start off with is a image from within Respawn themselves of map updates. This comes from apexleaks.com, and they actually shared this with me. They have an article up on their website detailing it right now as we worked in collaboration on this. They sent it over to me and we've been breaking it down, but there's a couple key things you're going to want to notice here. In the top right, it's got Kings Canyon MU3, but right next to that, it actually has Lifeline Town Takeover. Now at this point you're probably like, well, this doesn't mean anything. Lifeline's Town Takeover is on Olympus, and you would be 100% right, but originally it was not planned there. Respawn actually has an entire wall with pictures and ideas of stuff they're working on, and one of the key things you'll notice in this image is right where Slum Lakes is. They have a brand new building being built there along with a bunch of pictures of helicopters. The helicopters was an obvious call out to the Lifeline Town Takeover as well, as the one on Olympus actually does have a helipad. Now this was some planned updates that they had for Kings Canyon. In Season 8, when Fuse blew up the entire island, they put the crash ship in the north section of the map, but we got this entire area with actually no lore or establishment on how it got built. So it seems that sometime in production that Respawn decided to just take the Lifeline Town Takeover, move it over to Olympus, and at this point you're probably like, well, we already got the Lifeline Town Takeover, so where is this in regards to new leaks? Well, we have known for a couple of seasons now, and I leaked it originally, that there is a planned Bangalore Town Takeover on Storm Point right below Barometer, and this is a look of it from actually within the game. And here's a close-up of it, and it's a pretty big area, and in fact, if you notice, it's right next to the crash ship that is lore related to Bangalore and her stories from the Outland. And then a season or two later, iLoot Games actually showed us this really cool image that shows Blisk actually cracking his knuckles, but a lot of people failed to notice that in the background, that's actually Bangalore's Town Takeover. This is from some playtesting and internal builds. Now, what most likely happened is that Lifeline's Town Takeover got removed from Season 8, got pushed all the way to Season 12 for Olympus, and that ever since Season 11 dropped when we got Storm Point as a new map, everything has been leading up to Bangalore getting a town takeover for the final season that it will be in rotation, because in Season 15 we are getting the new moon map. And it's really easy to see. One, Storm Point has the crash ship we just covered, which is tied directly to Bangalore, and then she also in Season 11 got a Stories from the Outland with a unique lore-based skin. Then in Season 13, not only do we have a bunch of lore on Storm Point and some map changes with the giant down beast, but the guy who ended up helping take down that giant down beast actually happened to be her long lost dead brother. And then for the final anime thematic event this season, we got the Bangalore heirloom skin. The entire map of Storm Point is a giant lore homage to Bangalore. As for those Blisk hands, we have seen that, like I said, from iLoot Games, but Ezra RC also showed us some Blisk hands. And so the question becomes, will we ever actually see Blisk in the Apex games? From everything I've been told, he's going to be very, very far in the future. He might actually be one of the last legends added if they ever do. But we know of two leaked legends that actually fit his mold of previous playtests we've seen. The first being Caliber, who is actually slated for a Season 17 release unless something changes, who can put down a minigun and suppress an area. This is actually very similar to the Titan that Blisk called down in Bias 12's leak that did the exact same function. But there's also Jester, who was a cut character from Titanfall 2, who could be a codename for Blisk, whose ultimate can call in a drop pod. And out will pop some Spectres that we've seen in the IMC armories on Storm Point, and they will also suppress an area. And the dropship is very reminiscent of the same way that the Blisk Bias 12 leak would call in a Titan. Let me know down below how you guys feel about a Bangalore Town Takeover, the future of Apex if Blisk were to come in, and some of the other new stuff we went over. And until next time, legends, keep slaying in the Outlands. I'll see you out there.